Hi y'all, George Lacey here at Joe & Co Realty Group, and today I am bringing you a brand new video, one I am insanely excited about. I have done a lot of videos about Houston and the suburbs, but I haven't really done one about Texas in general, so I have done a few days of research and dug into the back of my mind for everything that I can bring to you about Texas and helping you figure out where you should live. So this video that you're watching right now is best cities to live in Texas. So this is actually a blog post that I really encourage you to go check out. I will give you a little bit more insight here on the video, but for sharing purposes and to be a really good resource for you, I really do recommend checking out the blog post. So if you have never visited my website before, it's search.byjoeandco.com, and you will click on the blog button if you're going directly to the website, and that is not the blog button. And you will see I have tons and tons of content here. There isn't a search on this website, but I have it, whoops, TMI, but I have it categorized super well here on the side, especially by city. So in this blog post, I am getting super personal with y'all, giving you a little bit of my backstory, and I think I'm going to skip that here for this blog post just because I don't want to lose you. So best cities in Texas, I am listing 10. This list 100% is where I would live from top to bottom if having to live somewhere else, or just if I had to pick in Texas where I would live. This is my honest opinion, the top 10 places I would live. So I live in the Houston suburbs. I'm a real estate agent here. I have a brokerage called Joe & Co Realty Group. And if I could pick to live anywhere, I would honestly pick to live where I live right now. I do love where I live. I'm not just saying that. I love it for its opportunities. I love that I'm in a bubble. I love how family friendly it feels. I love that I can walk my kids to school. I love the shopping, the lifestyle, the restaurants, the people, so much more. I love the cute neighborhoods. I love the culture. I love the access Houston gives me to the rest of the world. I love the vast amount of continuing education. I love that I feel safe, and I love that I can make a living here while raising my kids exactly how I want to raise them. And the only thing I don't love about Houston is maybe a little bit of the traffic, and that it's not as beautiful as some other places in the world. And I'm referencing my favorite creek or river in Austin, Hawaii, and Mount Rainier. So, you know, those are high bars to live up to. But I live here because I can make a living, afford a nice home, and send my kids to good schools while saving money so that I can visit the places I really want to explore. But we do have we do have Galveston and Lake Conroe, which those are two of my favorite places to visit. If you haven't visited the website, the search website yet, my blog, don't forget to check out Safest Neighborhoods in Houston, Best Neighborhoods in Houston, Texas, Where to Live, which all of those are linked below. So number 1 was Houston, and number 2 is Waco. If you're looking for that small town charm away from a huge metropolis, then Waco might be the city for you. Waco is where Chip and Joanna Gaines of Fixer Upper call home. What they have done for that community over the last 5 to 10 years is truly remarkable. I don't know a lot about Waco, but I have seen some vlogs about it, and I love the college there. I love that it's a family first atmosphere, and if it's good enough for the Gaines. Now, if I'd have to answer a why not, it would be just the fact that there's less opportunities there, and I'm talking about job and income potential. So number 3 on the list is Austin. I adore Austin. We used to spend many of our staycations and daycations there. It has changed quite a bit in the last 5 years. I would visit Google to learn more about the changes that are happening there, while recognizing that it's where many of the Silicon Valley is relocating. So if you're trying to escape California in general, Austin might not be that big of a difference for you, except tax savings. So if you love California and looking for tax savings, then Austin might be the right place for you. They have a political climate that has been receiving many complaints We personally have been afraid to go there because we don't think it's COVID friendly. Like, it's just not a good place to go because COVID has increased the tiny itty bitty little negative things about it. There's a huge homeless problem. The political climate again has been getting a lot of attention, and then we've heard a lot of rumors about restrictions, and that's just made it so we haven't gone there in the last year. But it is so much fun to visit, all the hiking and biking options, and honestly the restaurant scene is the best ever. I love to eat, as like my face has gotten bigger over the last year, so if you can't tell. So number 3 would be San Antonio. We have visited San Antonio a lot over the years. I feel like it's a mini Houston. I don't think it has as much to offer as Houston, but I do think it's a close second. If you want a metropolis lifestyle, but maybe the big city of Houston scares you a little bit, which, spoiler alert, it shouldn't, but if it does, I would check out San Antonio. If you have a job in the tourist industry, it would be a really great place for you to explore. I would say the river walk would be the main difference between Houston and San Antonio. San Antonio does have many amazing suburbs just like we do, and you can find the right one for your lifestyle. There's Live Oak, Universal City, Leon Valley, Selma, New Braunfels, Canyon Lake, Shirts, I think, and Timberwood Park. I've heard great things about each one of these. Houston and Austin and San Antonio are really good places if education is insanely important to you. And I really don't have these numbered, so I might end up messing up. But next on the list is Dallas. Remember, you can head on over to the blog post if I get annoying. But next is Dallas. Dallas and I aren't quite best friends. I feel like Dallas and Houston are twins and opposites at the same time. If you're looking for more climate changes, then Dallas might be the city for you if comparing it to Houston. They have similar suburbs, but when I think of Dallas, I think of congestion. I'm always getting lost or stuck on the highways there, and I also think of concrete. Whenever I'm up there, I'm always stuck on the roads, and all I see is concrete. I have a client right now that has picked Houston over Dallas, and honestly, when he called me on the phone, he was like, I'm pretty sure we're moving to Dallas, but I just want to give Houston a little taste. And long story short, he picked Houston. So this is a very successful individual, and he is moving here to start a business here. So if that's something of interest to you, maybe you would pick Houston too. The 2 words I use to sum up Dallas is concrete and congestion. But it is an amazing hub for opportunity. I don't think it has the same beauty found in Houston, but I would guess it still has the same amount of opportunity. Unless you're in oil and gas, then probably Houston is the right place for you. But my 2 favorite places there in Dallas would be South Lake or Highland Park. And if you write me a message, there's one more that my friend just told me about today, and I can't remember what it's called, but he's just said it's more country. It's suburb, but it's country at the same time. And he said, instead of playing golf, we go hunting. And I just thought that was so cute. But again, I can't remember what it was. But it's also known for the highly rated schools. So 4 of those top 5 have amazing schools, and that's why they're at the top of the list. Now, Tyler. I adore Tyler. It's a happy medium between suburb and city life. It is just 1 hour and 35 minutes southeast of Dallas. So if you want to live in that city that feels like a city and not a suburb, which I just said because I had it memorized, while still having daily or weekly access to Dallas and its airports, Tyler could be an amazing option for you. My grandmother grew up in Tyler. I've spent a lot of time there. I really do like Tyler. I feel like it's a breath of fresh air, and their state park there is one of my favorites. I did notice while researching the Tyler ISD schools, they lack as many highly rated ones as you're going to find in those other 4 areas that I mentioned already. But overall, Tyler seriously is an old-timey movie in my mind, and if I didn't want the city life, I would definitely go check out Tyler. Next on the list is Sherman. Sherman is the first city on the list that I have honestly never visited, but in all of my research, I really thought I can't leave this city out. It has grown by 10% in the last 10 years, and what makes this city land on my list is the heritage, the history, the culture, and if you really want your kids to grow up with less noise, I really recommend Sherman. I grew up watching Gilmore Girls. And if I had to pick a Texas city most like the one featured in Gilmore Girls, which was on CW, shout out to CW, no longer exists, Sherman would be it. It is home to an exceptional industry base, and if you're looking to escape and live all 4 seasons each year, then Sherman might be the place for you. Next on the list is Corpus Christi. Corpus Christi is a popular getaway for many in Texas. The weather is nice, the scenery is beautiful. It is a coastal town with many small cities nearby, including Port Aransas, which is my favorite place, Portland, Aransas Pass, Ingleside, and Sinton. I think that's how you say it. It starts with an S, so Sinton. Oh, goodness. What I love about Corpus Christi is its abundance of wind, making it one of the best destinations in North America for wind sports, such as kiteboarding, windsurfing, kite flying, and sailing. Corpus Christi is also known for its popularity for bird watching and for being the 5th largest port in the United States. Corpus Christi is an amazing choice if you want to live by the water, but not in a large town such as Houston/Galveston. The only negative thing I know about Corpus Christi is it does not have as many highly rated schools as these larger metropolises. And I think we have 2 more on the list. So College Station. Like Austin, if you work in education at the higher level, this is an amazing place to plant roots. College Station is houses one of my favorite universities. First, shout out to UT, which is in Austin, and then shout out to Texas A&M, which is in College Station. Texas A&M is the largest public university in Texas with over 60,000 students. It's the best place to live if you want easy access to the 3 biggest and most popular cities, Houston, Dallas, and Austin. The only negative thing that I noticed about College Station is, once again, there aren't very many highly rated schools. But if you're looking for that big hometown feel, College Station might be the city for you. And then last but not least is Lubbock. Lubbock is known for cotton, a cooler year-round climate. Lubbock High School has been recognized 3 times by Newsweek as one of the top schools in the United States. And if you are considering North Texas, I really recommend checking it out. There are many reasons to call Texas home. Texas, but Lubbock home. It is home to the largest free festival in Texas, the Independence Day Festival. I can't say that word with braces, sorry. The economic, educational, and healthcare system there, and that infrastructure is really good for employment. And CNN Money even selected it as the 12th best place to start a small business, so small business friendly. Low rent for commercial space, central location to the United States, and there is a cooperative city government there. So if you're considering North Texas, check it out. And that is it. I probably can blab for 2 more minutes, so I assume this video is about to be 15 minutes long. But if you are looking to relocate to Texas, specifically the Houston suburbs, I really hope you give me a chance. I don't just want to be your realtor. I want to be your resource. It's insanely important to me. Please, please, please look down below for all my amazing links. If you have any questions, please reach out to me. There's a link to schedule a call with me. And I think I mentioned a lot of these already, but check out the YouTube channel. If you click on my name down below, then like Jordan Marie Shalacy, it will take you directly to the YouTube landing page, which is broken down into playlists and different sections. It's really pretty. And also, how do taxes work in Texas? The way taxes work in Texas, gosh, that's a mouthful. How to sell seashells by the seashore, mouthful. If you are curious how taxes work in Texas, please check out the blog post I'm linking below. It's insanely important because taxes are a little bit different here. And when I say how do taxes work in Texas, I mean how do property taxes work in Texas. Now, Texas is you have no state income tax here, so it kind of catches up to you with the property taxes. But it's something you really need to know because our taxes are between 2 and 4%. The newer the area, the more expensive it is when it comes to property taxes. And the older the area, it's going to be around that 2%. Out in the country, you might find it in the 1%, but it's going to be the high 1%. I also have a great blog post I spent a lot of time on called Things to Do in the Woodlands. We also have safest neighborhoods in Houston, best neighborhoods in Houston, and Houston, Texas, where to live. I am hoping to record a blog post. I don't think I'll have time for it today because we are going to go see the new Croods 2 movie and decorate the Christmas tree. But I do have a top 4 like best all-around neighborhoods that I would really recommend checking out if looking in Houston. These are my top 4. These are the only 4 places I would probably call home. But anyways, that hopefully will be coming. But yes, check out everything on the website below. If you are looking to relocate virtually, I kind of have a niche in that here in Houston and tons of experience. But if you are local, I'd also love to speak with you. But yes, Texas is amazing. Things are bigger in Texas, people are friendlier in Texas, and I hope to be a good, not role model, but a good example of that. So again, this is Jordan Schlesy with Joe & Co Realty Group. I really hope, 16 minutes, y'all. I really hope to be given the opportunity to learn your story and to see how I can help you. I hope you have a wonderful day. Merry Christmas. Oh my gosh, bye.